Hi, everybody. Welcome to Friday night. Half of our storm system, if you will, here in the Pacific Northwest is through. We have the other half yet to come tonight, Saturday. I still think Sunday's the day with scattered showers, but really a pretty quiet day. And maybe we simply open up a lot of sunshine on Sunday, some breaks with limited total rain amounts. To me, the big story as we move forward on this Friday evening is the snow out in the gorge. So I just snapped these two shots from my gorge page on my weather site, portlandweather.com. And you can see that's at least an inch, maybe couple inches of snow on the tables on the back terrace at Cathedral Ridge Winery, Hood River. And there's maybe some better lighting here, Indian Creek Golf Course. That's the putting green. And probably is a couple inches, right? Because that's solid coverage. I don't see anything sticking up grass wise. So this has been right around 32 degrees in Hood River all day. Remember, the temperature version was in place, so lock the temperature down. The east wind patterns are still going. By the way, one of you, and thank you for alerting me to this in the messaging, said that you saw a 92 mile per hour wind gust at Crown Point. I went back and looked. That was 8 o'clock yesterday morning, 8 o'clock Thursday morning. 92 mile per hour east gust at the Vista House, Crown Point in the Gorge, that wind tunnel, if you will. Still gusting to 72 at 3:30 this afternoon and still gusting to 50 out there right now. So the cold air is in place, and I've got to believe the Gorge is going to continue to set at 30, 32 degrees all night. That's more accumulating snow. It's been pretty much all snow reported, but there is the chance that there could be some freezing rain or ice mixing in, especially as you go up in elevation up into the Hood River Valley. But there's no guarantees you folks are going to get warm enough to change everything over to rain until the east winds fizzle. And some of the modeling shows that doesn't happen now until Saturday night. So if that's the case, there could easily be 4, 5, 6 inches of snow in Hood River. So that's a developing story that we're going to be watching. I mentioned that we're basically halfway through, right? This was always going to be a Friday night, Saturday system. That's still the case. This is late tomorrow morning. This is the future radar product from the National Blended Model showing the main low up to our northwest and just feeding continued rain into our area here on the west side. Snow levels go up tonight to 5,000, but they come down to 3,000 feet tomorrow. So during the day tomorrow, pardon me, this is pretty much all snow falling over the Cascades and should be heavier amounts than what we ended up seeing today, which wasn't a whole lot. I'll show you those totals in a moment. The Momentous Wealth Podcast continues to be my sponsor. Thank you very much. Listen on Apple Podcast and on Spotify. Easy search, and you'll find a whole variety of investment topics to choose from the Momentous Wealth Podcast. Okay, here's the National Weather Service out of Portland, their watch warning map. So in purple, this is the winter weather advisory up tonight into tomorrow. This does not include snow for the Cascades. What it does include is a mix of snow and freezing rain potentially along the east slopes of the Cascades down into parts of Central Oregon, including Sun River, and I believe the Sisters area is included. And then right here, not including along the Columbia River so much, but generally up in elevation up into the Hood River Valley. Again, there is snow in Hood River, and that's something that's a developing story as well. The coastal flood advisory, some of you ask for that information every now and then. So this is up from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturday. Tidal overflow flooding expected. This is in Clatsop Tillamook Coast, South Washington Coast. Minor flooding up to a foot above ground level during high tides expected in low-lying areas near bays. So there you go. Tides are expected to peak tomorrow morning around 11 a.m. So all good information there from the National Weather Service. Still the high wind warning now along this is south of Florence, so south of Lane County, down in the extreme southern Oregon coast. This is in effect just until 7 p.m. this evening. All right. Gusts to 70 miles per hour. We haven't really seen that much wind pick up, less so far than what I would thought. So I'm going to show you those reports. First off, this is how much precip has fallen. This is through 4:18 this afternoon, so we've added to that, still raining. But really, through the bulk of the day today, Astoria was shy, or excuse me, Florence was shy of a half of an inch. Kelso was only 13 100ths. Scappoose 25 100ths. Portland is now over 3/10 of an inch of rain. Down in Salem, it was about the same. And then you go lighter amounts down into Bend. Here's North Bend. Remember, the southwest coast was supposed to be the bullseye of the highest wind threat and also of the highest moisture amounts. And that's showing North Bend 83 100ths of an inch. Now, here's where we are at 6 p.m. We had some noticeable breezes at times today. Quite frankly, with that low approaching offshore, I thought it would be windier. At 6 o'clock, we've got Newport south to 18. That's it. We got PDX southeast. Much of this is the east winds out of the gorge to 25. Really nothing else to write home about. Eugene southeast of 15. Again, these are the 6 p.m. obs on this Friday evening. Medford down east, south, or down south, pardon me, southeast to 25. And here's the gorge. East winds at Troutdale basically to 40, gusting to 38 miles per hour. And then breezy winds, again, getting down in southern Oregon, Klamath Falls, south of 30, gust to 43. So it looks like the main wind threat will, in fact, stay down in far southern and southwestern Oregon. And the worst of those winds will be wrapping up this evening. You folks will see calming winds as we get rolling into the more of the overnight hours. So radar right now, here's Portland. This is all steady rain moving up into Washington. It's mostly been light. That's why throughout the bulk of today, we've only picked up 3/10 of an inch of rain, although the rain has never stopped, right? You can see some dry time just south of Portland, then kind of borderline sprinkles where you see just the darker blue shades. So that's a little bit of a break, but there's more moisture coming. If you look at the cloud shields on the satellite picture, here's Portland, certainly more moisture offshore. Here's the water vapor showing still some pretty thick moisture plumes extending well offshore. There's the low curled up. Again, the water vapor always shows you features really great. So that's the main low. Here's the jet stream flow in the southern end of it, pumping more rain into California. Let me just go down here. Again, you can see thick cloud cover extending offshore. There's that low in the upper level 500 millibar charts. We talked about this flow splitting yesterday, and there's the split with the disturbance. Again, this is 564. It's the main jet going into the San Francisco Bay Area. And with this low now up to our north, we're kind of in the middle. So again, rain amounts usually underperform when that happens, but we're going to continue to see the thick cloud cover and rain at times throughout the night and a good chunk of the day tomorrow. So what about the mountain? Well, there's Government Camp, 34 degrees. Again, snow levels tonight are going up to 5,000 feet and then down to 3,500 feet in the morning and then 3,000 feet Saturday. I'm still projecting 5 to 8 inches of snow at Mount Hood Resorts on Saturday. And then the snow level is 2,000 feet Sunday morning, but Sunday, not a lot of moisture. Maybe just an inch or two on the mountains, no more than 4. I almost lowered that to say 1 to 2, so we'll see. But below freezing temperatures on Sunday. And potentially mountain passes are just kind of icy all day Sunday. There's Santiam above freezing, and snow levels are on the way up. Siskiyou Summit's 35 degrees. Cabot Hill out east is 34 degrees right now, snowing in 32 at Willamette Pass. Again, Monday we get more snow right about Government Camp. So if this fudges at all the snow level, Monday could be a wet mix potentially at Government Camp, but all snow at Meadows and Timberline. Then Tuesday, snow level goes to 5,000 feet. And then the next system is all rain with maybe a wet mix at Timberline. There's Wednesday. Again, this is my own custom work. You can see my snow levels, my 5-day Mount Hood snow forecast on my Mount Hood weather page. This is on my weather site, portlandweather.com, courtesy of Hillcrest. Sports shop for all your skiing and boarding needs. That's out in Gresham, literally on the way to Mount Hood if you're driving up there from Portland. Okay, I want to show you this. So well, let me go back because I didn't point this out and I wanted to. Let's see here. All right, so it's 6 o'clock. Notice Salem, south winds, 50 degrees. Dun dun dun. And again, they're in that drying area and they've got a south wind. And there's Eugene 49, Corvallis 47. There's Florence 50. And here's Portland, only 41 because of the cold winds blowing out of the gorge. So I just wanted to remind you there is warmer air that is trying to move up, but so far the east winds in the gorge are shutting that down. So you get a 10-degree temperature difference between Portland and Salem. Now, I wanted to point that out because this particular model isn't really showing that very well. This is, there it goes, 31 degrees in Hood River. I'm going to play this into early tomorrow morning. Just want to see what the lows are tomorrow morning. This shows right around freezing Hood River. So that's snow tonight continuing. And again, this is missing the warm. I think it's going to be warmer in Salem than 40 degrees tonight. But Portland right about 40, which is where we are now. Steady temperatures, east winds continuing out of the gorge. And then I'll play this into the afternoon hours of tomorrow. Here's early afternoon. See, I think Salem could be back up to 50 degrees tomorrow. So it's just not picking up that warmth, this weather model that we know is there. It's showing Portland still only mid 40s. Hood River 35. That could be mostly snow tomorrow. And you folks may not get to 35. That means the east wind is still keeping Portland chilly. Portland was only 42 for a high during the afternoon today. And 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 if the east winds win the day tomorrow, which they might out of the gorge, Portland again would only be low 40s. And my temperature forecast would be at 48 would be obviously way, way, way too warm. So just note that I'm watching that. All right, here's how much more rain is going to fall from this moment through early Sunday morning. This shows we get another half of an inch. So if you add that to what we've had, which is probably now approaching 4/10 of an inch, we have a chance to pick up an inch of rain. Remember, that was kind of the goal. I thought we could get an inch of rain for the 2-day storm up and down I-5. So that still looks like that could happen. Similar amounts at the coast. Astoria 53, 100 yet to come. And then the rain bullseye still down here with another inch and a half to come near the California border and getting into Northern California. And still pretty wide spread soaking rainfalls, which is great to keep us out of drought across a good chunk of the state of Oregon. Okay, let's go around the horn. Medford, 50 degrees right now. 30 to 45 tomorrow. I just think a lot of the forecasting is not picking up on the warmth that's moved up into southern Oregon, but we'll see. There's a front that's coming through overnight tonight, so that would drop some temperatures, but looks kind of mild ahead of it. Sunday is a pretty quiet day. That makes sense. At Medford, it'll be dry, and then we got some rain picking up on Monday. And then after that, it looks like in the midweek, southern Oregon has a good chance of being dry. All right, Ben, 41 right now. Cold nights, chance of snow overnight tonight, then back to rain tomorrow. Sunday looks dry in Central Oregon. That makes sense. Mostly sunny. Then rain or snow to rain picks up during the day on Monday. Okay. Seattle. Let's see here. Rainy Saturday. Absolutely. 49. Again, they don't get that's the sign that the warm air could jump over Portland while we're getting chilled from the East Gorge and then pick back up going up into Seattle. Pretty interesting. And there's basically rain in the forecast most days. This does show Sunday has a chance to be quite a bit drier if you're going to be up there over the weekend. All right, our beautiful capital city. We know 51. Yeah, this makes sense. See, now this makes sense. That one weather model I showed you didn't pick up on this. Salem, 39 tonight, 51 tomorrow. Kudos to the National Weather Service. I think those are good numbers. And then a much drier Sunday, 40 and 50. Rain returns on Monday, but pretty mild. I mean, look at the 50s, and that's possible. The snow levels, remember that Wednesday? I've got next Wednesday, 6,000 foot snow level. Yeah, so rain 52. Okay, that makes sense, right? No doubt about it. Here's Newport hitting 50s, and there's the warm air next week. 56 Tuesday, 56 Wednesday, 58 Thursday. Wow, that's pretty mild, right? With the rain showers absolutely on Saturday continuing. And here's my Portland 7-day. So we're going to hold steady around 40 tonight. Maybe we get down to 38. If the east winds win the day, and I think they're going to, this is probably going to be mid 40s or cooler tomorrow. So I think as soon as this video is over, I'm at least going to lower this to 46 in Portland tomorrow. And quite frankly, it may only be 43, 44. So we'll see. Few showers on Sunday. By Sunday, the east winds are over. Hood River should finally start to warm up. All right. And then we got the next system in on Monday. We've got some rain developing Tuesday with a warm push into the next front on Wednesday. And then right now, I do show a couple of dry days on Thursday and Friday. All right. That is your update. I hope I covered everything that you were interested in. Don't forget to check for travel cameras if you're traveling over the Cascades or through the gorge tomorrow morning, especially, right? I'm meteorologist Rod Hill. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon.